Hello and welcome. My name is Lorrayne Ham. This is Living Your Best Life, the channel for starseeds, lightworkers, and all beings on their path of ascension. Today, as we continue our series of symptoms of ascension, many guides and teachers will share information about the perceived negative symptoms of ascension, what you might experiencing on a physical, emotional, or mental level. But I want you to be aware of the joy-filled, expansive symptoms that you will be experiencing. Now, today we're coming up on the December solstice, winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, and southern solstice in the southern hemisphere. I'm in the northern hemisphere, and it's cold. It was 21 degrees Fahrenheit this morning. I don't know what that is in Celsius, but it's cold. It was frosty. It had a layer of white, and it wasn't snow. So I'm also a little snuffy. I apologize for that. I have a cat and I'm allergic to my cat. I'm energetically working on how to not be allergic to the cat. I haven't fully fleshed out that particular healing or what the message behind it all is. Whatever. I've decided not to beat myself up about it, even though I do healing work and I teach people how to heal themselves. I've decided that it is what it is for now, and I'm working through it, and I'm doing everything that my body is recommending that I do for that, and that's good enough. And for now, that's the way it is. So today, as we move into this beautiful, critical, and I mean momentous day, the solstice, December 2021. My guides and teachers have told me that this is a day that will go down in infamy for generations to come. We are coming upon this pivotal moment in humanity's evolution. But what's interesting about this is that it is the point at which humanity chooses where it goes forward. And what's interesting about this one, and my guides are telling me, is that it will be splitting. Humanity will be splitting into 3 distinct evolutionary paths. Not timelines, evolutionary paths. Frequency choices. Dimensional. I can't think of what I want to say. In essence, there will be a group of humanity. Now, before I go into this 3 distincts, I want to reiterate, and I've said this before, detachment is critical. We need to remember that nothing, and I mean nothing, that we perceive as reality right now will exist going forward. Everything, the way we think, the way we feel, the way we perceive, everything is going to change. And it is going to change so rapidly that it will literally blow your circuits, blow your mind. So there will be these 3 distinct groups. There will be one group that chooses. This is the group of people that has chosen to follow the main narrative of what we have been living through. This is the group that doesn't like change, that can't shift or see a different possibility for themselves. They just move along, and this is how it is. This is the way it's always been. This is the way it's always going to be. Those people that survive through this what's the words? This population decrease plan. That group of people that survive that reestablish, will move into a third dimensional framework that will be outside of the other two groups' time and space. This group will energetically remain in their 3D environment. The next group, this would be the fourth lower 5D group. This group is a group that has awakened souls, but maybe not super spiritually awakened, but awakened to what has been going on here in our world, recognizing the manipulation and the control dynamics, the spirituality from the perspective of a 4D reality. This group will move and shift into this planetary global experience. Think Star Trek, and moving into this beautiful, expanded, multicultural, global, universal experience. Global world travel, traveling from to different planets, new frontiers. Star Trek, truly, the Star Trek experience. Technologies that have never been seen before. So this is the second group, and their reality will reflect. Remember, we are the creators of our reality. So if you see the different dynamics of the consciousness of the groups, it is a group consciousness that creates the apparent hologram of the reality. The third group, this is the group that is existing in the upper 5D, lower 6D. These are the ones that are living more into the crystalline experience, the love, light, love, joy, expansion, frequency. Things are less solid. They're more energetic in nature. Now, none of these three groups are wrong. It is a group collective of the one divine mind in fractal experience, creating an experience. That's all it is. It's an experience. So we're splitting into these three distinct, separate experiences. Each one will be contributing to the whole through its experience. So none of them is right or wrong. None is better than the other. It's just a fractal expression of the whole experiencing a collective, agreed upon experience. Now, we as these embodied physical forms still have emotion and feeling, and that doesn't mean that we won't be grieving and sad, but in order for us to have the easiest possible time as we move forward, we need to learn a few things. detachment. I've said this before. I'm not talking about being so detached that you're cold and isolated and have no compassion. I'm talking about, so here's what I do. I have, the majority of my entire family has, done the jab. I have knowledge and experience that I've garnered, over the last 2 years about what that potentially could mean. I know that there is a depopulation agenda that has been inserted into that program. And because of that, I have prepared myself emotionally to look upon my family members and love them despite their choices being in opposition to my choice, and recognizing that they may be transitioning off of this planet. Minimally, they may be transitioning into group number 1 and continuing that experience. That will not be within my realm of experience as we move forward. So either way, it's a loss. I have emotionally prepared myself for loss. I've emotionally prepared myself for the loss of life as I knew it to be at one point. I've emotionally prepared myself to let go of anything that I felt or feel attached to. In order for you to maintain stability, to have balance moving forward, preparing yourself to be detached emotionally and recognize that everything is as it should or needs to be, that you are not, it is not, it's not about you. It's about a greater plan that is unfolding. There are collective consciousnesses that are creating this experience as we move through. And yes, we are contributing, but what is happening is not about us. So the more that you can prepare yourself to detach, and secondly, to forgive anyone their choices, to forgive any experience. You're not forgiving for the other person or the other entity. You are forgiving so that you no longer hold on to the emotional turmoil of what is going on. Now, if you need assistance with that process, down below, there's a link. It's right at the very beginning of the description box. All my links, all my information can be found there. You can access a free PDF, 7 Steps to Forgiveness, Finding Peace Through Forgiveness. It's a free PDF, very powerful process. I highly encourage you to get that free PDF. It will help you immensely as you move through these coming times. And the times are going to be challenging. It's going to push all of us, no matter where we are, up against all of our stuff. This is why I'm encouraging you to clear your stuff. Learn to prepare yourself emotionally. Detach from other people's choices. Forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Forgive everyone else. This will prepare you to move forward, because you are going to be pushed up against every possible emotional thing that you have ever imagined you could possibly be pushed up against. The more you prepare yourself, get yourself in a state where you can address and experience and be exposed to, the better off you will be. Okay, so we have the three. We have the 3D, we have the 4D lower 5D, and we have the upper 5D lower 6D groupings that will come out of the next I've been feeling 20 years. It's going to be a 20-year process for the entire sorting out. But starting tomorrow on the solstice, we're being gifted a really magical time. In ancient times, they referred to this as the Yule. And I'm sure you've heard of Yuletide. The Yuletide was an actual tide. And what happens is it appears that the tide stays the same, that it becomes still. So we have a moment where the appearance of everything stands still. From the solstice to the 26th, this stillness will descend upon the earth. And this is a time where we can still our own beingness and prepare ourselves to receive, prepare ourselves to experience, to be in a state of expectation, but be comfortable and still in that expectation. A couple of ways that can bring you into this stillness. Flame, so the elements. The use of elements to focus your mind has been practiced for millennia. Fire. If you watch the fire, you can bring yourself fully present in the moment and just be present with the flames. This happens with water in fountains or waterfalls. Watching as it comes, the wind blowing the leaves of the trees. You can lose yourself in that and you can feel yourself expanding into that. And the third way is with crystals. Bringing yourself to the present moment with earth element of crystals. Maybe that was fourth. I don't know if I said third. Anyway, that's the 4 elements. And they really truly do act as teachers to bring us fully present in the moment. So I encourage you to allow yourself to come into this present moment, to prepare yourself to, once on the other side, step fully into the Aquarian age. We are stepping over the precipice and stepping onto the future timelines. It truly is going to be magical. Our world, no matter what we choose, wherever we choose to be within it, the collective consciousness of humanity is creating wondrous and magical potential. We are divine creative beings, embodied in this experience of our choosing, right here, right now, to be guardians, supporters, teachers, guides to the potential of all of humanity. Sit in the peace of these coming days. Allow knowledge and information to filter down into your frequency awareness. Be open and see what magic the universe brings to you. I wish you a blessed time. Until next time, my name is Lorrayne Ham. Oh, one more thing. Please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Have a blessed week.